My name is Daniel. I created a vacation recommendation questionnaire for my project. Um, I wanted the program to ask users a series of questions about their vacation preferences, such as like budget, water, or budget, weather, activities, like crowds, and just what they want their house to be. And I gave three different recommendations for my project. One was a mountain one, a beach vacation, and a city vacation. And I picked this because I just I've been traveling to many different countries when I was little, so I felt comfortable just creating a program about travel. I also think that vacation recommendations are fun and very engaging for users to use. And moving on to the next question, I planned and built my program. I started with the hardest part, the if else statements, and just building them out. I tried using a lot of if and elif statements to assign points, and determining from the if else statements, I would find the final recommendation based off what the users would put, and I would ensure that it met project requirements by having at least 5 questions to narrow down the search as best as possible, and plenty of if else statements for the user to use, and a lot of input questions. I also try to put some input like validation to make sure that the user didn't or could only put down 1, 2, or 3 for the options, or else the program would fail. And next question, the code execution. The most complex conditional statement I had was probably the max points one, and basically the program first finds the highest score using the max function, and it compares each vacation type score to the highest score to determine which ones to recommend. And then if the scores are tied, it would basically suggest multiple vacations. And it was complex because it was harder to, like, versus a more basic example where if it was tied, I would just like put just one vacation, but I wanted to be a little more complex than that, so I would account for having multiple options for the users if you had a tied score. And it would just like I had to check multiple conditions to meet it. So lessons learned from my project. I just learned how to use if else statements more for sure, and I practiced working with list and if statements to store results, and I just had overall improved understanding of just how conditions work, and I thought it was a cool idea to have a project for that. And I also ran into a lot of issues making it, for example, like handling like ties. It took me some time to figure out, but like instead of using like a single if else statement, I would just store results in a list, and then I would print out multiple vacation types if there was a tie. And I had a separate function, get user choice, just to avoid repeating like input validation code for each question. And then next question, summarize the project. In summary, my project would just take the user's vacation preferences, and it would suggest the best type of vacation based on their preferences. So it was done by using a lot of conditional statements to evaluate answers and determine a recommendation, just to ensure that the project would meet all the necessary requirements. And I think that's it.